Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are about to start our last activity for the day. So please welcome Jess Howell back for our intention bracelet activity.
All right. Welcome back, all. Thank you for sticking around and for being here. Hey, party hat. I don't know what that emoji is, anybody. If you can tell me, I'd be so happy. It looks like a party hat with confetti in the
The
in.
confetti popper. Confetti popper, you pull the thing.
Great. Now that it's clear, I see. Y'all were like, of course it is. I just don't. Look at it now. I see. Okay, I just thought there was a confetti inside a hat, and if you shake it, all right. Moving on. Welcome. Let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and raise your arms in the sky. Let's do it. Take a deep breath. Oh yeah, it just grew like 3 inches. And then reach over to one side. Yeah, yawn if it feels good. Inhale, open up the side body, and then other side. Inhaling here. Oh yeah, nice. And then the hands come all the way down. Roll the shoulders again. You can roll them forward and back. Might feel a little different than I did this morning. I'll roll them until it gets nice and warm. And then other direction, backwards and forwards. And then just shake it out. Okay. So what we're going to talk about and what we're going to do is we're going to set some intentions. We're going to make some bracelets and we're going to practice some mindfulness and some breathing techniques together. And what this focus is here for me is to aid in synthesis of life experience. There's so many things happening here and there's so much learning. And I just want to offer a few tools of ways into the body-mind experience and how that with stress. So what I'll be talking about is the microcosm, right? You are the microcosm. And the microcosm reflects the macrocosm and vice versa. And the way the very subtle way in which we treat the microcosm with tenderness, with openness, with softness, that also is moving out into the macrocosm as well. That tenderness moves out that way as well. And it's reflected both ways. So we'll be working on the inner journey just a little bit so that as you make moves towards whatever kind of activism and whatever kind of role you want to show up as in this world, you can do so with more clarity, with more resilience, with more energy even, as opposed to not. So let's go ahead and practice. Oh, cool. That's my background in psychology or somatic practices. I've done a lot of training in yogic practices and as a storyteller and in the theater, and all those things merge on psychology and community and those pieces. So this is a real synthesis for me of bringing all those things together to create space for other people to engage inwardly. And so that's kind of my jam. Thanks for asking, Cole. All right, what we're going to do first, and then we're going to talk some intention. And how it's going to work is I'll ask you if you can, when you're ready to share your intention, go ahead and raise your hand in the chat or raise your hand on the screen here, and we'll highlight a bunch of y'all, bring in 6 people, 3 people, 9 people at a time, and we'll talk intention. I'll make some bracelets, and you can design it then too. Cool? To begin, now that we're here, we're going to talk a little bit about stress, and I'm going to offer some idea of stress, and then we're going to get rid of some stress. Just like that. It's going to be amazing. So stress is inevitable, right? It's happening. It's all the time. Yeah. Power nap. Yeah. Stress affects us all differently as well, right? And so when you get a stress response, when you're having a stress response, your body floods with cortisol and some adrenaline. And I'm going to focus mainly on tension in this. A lot of things happen in the stress response. We'll focus on that burst of cortisol and that tension. So let's say you're in a cave that you want to be in. You're into it. You're like, ooh, let's go spelunking. You've got maybe a friend with you. And you're going to go check out a cave. Go with me on this. go with me. You're in the cave and you're like, yes, stalactites, like, wow. And it's a great time. And then there's like a little rumbling and like a couple rocks fall, like tennis-sized balls rock. You're like, ah, rocks, right? And then your whole body and your mind and is like, ah, stress, right? Stress response. You're like, rocks. And then you get tense in your body. Your body physically tenses up all over and you're like, boom, 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 like no rocks, like boom, boom, boom. And like a little rock ninja, right? And your mind does something fascinating. And it also gets very focused as well. Your mind gets what I consider like a tense, it gets rigid. And so your mind's like, rock, 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 like don't get squished, don't get squished. There's the rock, there's the rock. Like at no time in this cave rock experience is your mind like, also, I think I could use a sandwich. Like I'm a little peckish. I don't think I had enough water today. No, your mind is not doing these things. Your mind is focused on the stress, right? Like rock, rock. And then everything kind of stops. No one gets squished by rocks. Everybody's fine. And you're like, oh, great. Great. Then you enjoy your time in the cave. Now, when we're not in the cave and not like having a big outdoor adventure in this way, the stress response is a little bit tougher and a little less useful. So not only do you get stress in the body, like even if it's a little stress to a very, very large stress. So a little stress like, oh, I'm late, right? But it doesn't matter what it is, something small and something big. Your body will get a little stress, will get a little tension. And your brain will be like, I'm gonna focus on this. I'm gonna focus on what's stressing me out right now. That's part of your stress response. And what happens is you actually lose access to the rest of your brain. You can't access all the parts of your brain. So you have the intraneural connections of the right and left hemispheres that go together, and all of those, there's like such cool stuff happening there. That's where your empathy happens. That's where your complex problem solving, critical thinking, all those things are you don't have as much access to them when you're in a stress response, right? So this is why stressed out you is literally going to think differently, act differently, desire differently than chilled out you. Your chilled out you is your whole brain. It's like all the pieces all together. You're making decisions, you're talking words, you're making intentions, and your stressed out you literally just doesn't have as much access to your full brain. So by taking these deep breaths and by this practice that we're going to do in a second, what you can actually do is you can open your mind. I mean, it's that amazing. And that's what the breath does. It calms the parasympathetic nervous system, right? Deep breaths calm the nervous system, and that stress response, it will open your mind. It's that cool. It's so we can practice with it. I know. It's like, wow. And here's the other kicker, which is amazing, is that your breath, which now we know is a powerful key, it's a tool, right, to navigate stress in the body and the mind. It's powerful, and it's this key with you every moment of your waking life. This breath that helps you navigate stress in the mind and in the body is with you every moment of your waking life. So it's there for you. And all we need to do is tap in and practice, right? To remind ourselves how it works and to try out different ways that see what works for you. So what we'll do right now is we'll do a stress release by scanning the body for any stress. We'll take 7 breaths together. We'll inhale into that stress and exhale and let it go. So I'm reading the chat here. Also, y'all are welcome to jump in on the chat as often as you like. Gabriel says, my breath has many conversations with me. Great. Rock on, Gabriel. Converse as much as you like. Honestly, you find your way, man. however you'd like. No rules on that. So we'll try this brief exercise. Will take several breaths, and then just before we'll practice a little mindfulness, which is me asking to bring your attention to certain parts of the body, and then see how you feel. And then we'll talk intention. I'll offer those questions to you once more and ask a bunch of y'all to raise your hand and see if you can share with us your truth today, if you feel that you'd like to. So let's go ahead and get started. Olivia says, I don't really know how to say or react to what you just said. I think so. I think,
He's an interesting guy.
we're going to keep going on this, Gabriel. I appreciate it. And you're right. He is interesting, but so are you. So I think we've all got quite a bit of interest to work on. Let's try it. Here we go. Find your way to your comfortable seat. Ooh, keep all your plants upright. If they continue to fall, don't touch them. And take a deep breath. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And go ahead and let your eyelids fall closed. Take another deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Let the eyes be soft. See if you can let the muscles around the face and the mouth and the cheeks relax. And take another breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Then bring your awareness to the bottom of your spine, to the tailbone. And see if you're gonna walk your way up the spine and build the spine. So just notice where the tailbone drops down, and then you're gonna stack one vertebra on top of the next, following your way up the spine with your mind. Continue to walk your way as you stack the lumbar vertebra one on top of the next. And allow that spine to be long and strong and tall. Maybe the belly draws in ever so slightly to make space for those lower lumbar as you stack one vertebra on top of the next, making your way to behind the lower lobes of the lungs. One thoracic vertebra on top of the next, walking your way up between the lungs and behind the heart, through the middle of the shoulder blades, building that long, strong spine. Continue stacking vertebra upon vertebra as you make your way up between the collarbones to the base of the neck. Maybe the chin drops ever so slightly as you begin to stack the cervical vertebra, the smaller vertebra of the neck, one on top of the other, and building that spine strong and tall. And then allow the skull to just float directly on top of the spine. Maybe you gently move your head from side to side as you feel the skull floating atop this strong, tall spine. And then bringing your attention to the very top of the head, we're going to scan the body down into the toes. So just notice if you feel any tension or holding in the scalp. And scanning down the forehead. Notice any tension or holding behind the eyes, in the jaw or the cheeks, in the tongue or the muscles around the lips. Notice any tension or holding in the chin or in the throat, the tops of the shoulders into the collarbones. Notice any tension outwards as you scan the shoulders and the upper arms, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists. Notice any tension in the palms or in the fingers or fingertips. Scanning down from the collarbones, notice any tension in the top of the chest. The lower lobes of the lungs or in the solar plexus. Notice any holding in the belly, behind the belly button, in the lower abdomen. Notice if you find any holding or tension in the hips, in the thighs, the knees, the calves or shins, the ankles, the heels, the arches of the feet, through the balls of the feet, out the toes. And right in this space, we'll take 7 breaths here. We'll inhale on a count of 4 and exhale on a count of 4. I'll snap along. And inhale into any place you find holding or tension. And on the exhale, go ahead and let that go. Even if it's just one layer at a time. Let's try it. Here we go. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Inhale into any tension or holding. And exhale, let it go. Inhale into any space you feel tension. And exhale, let it go. Inhale a little deeper. Pull the breath into any space of holding. Exhale, let it go. 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale a little deeper. Pull breath all the way down the belly and the top of the back. Exhale, let it go. Last breath. Inhale. Full exhale, let it go. And find your way back to your natural breath. Just notice any shifts in the body, any shifts of sensation, any space you've made. And maybe notice the quality of the mind. When you're ready, allow the eyelids to begin to float open. Yeah, nice one all. Quick note on that, if you begin to feel a little sleepy, that's okay and totally normal. As we release the stress response from the body, as cortisol and adrenaline leaves the body, sometimes underneath it, you're just tired. And that's usually what it is, because the adrenaline will keep you obviously awake and alert, but sometimes you're just steeped in a stress response. So as that leaves, you do feel a little bit groggy or sleepy, and that just lets you know where you're at, that maybe you do need a power nap. Thank you, Gabriel. Yes. All right. So I would like to offer those questions for you once more. I know you've probably been thinking about them this today. I'm going to offer them to you and see where they hit you now after all that's been discussed and after all these platforms have been raised and brought to you and you've been interacting. Where are you at now? So I will share that with you once more. Yeah, okay. And so what inspires you right now? What motivates you? What grounds you in this moment? What lifts you up in this moment? What's a value you want to see in your life or in the lives of others? It can even be something as simple as what brings you joy? What fills your cup? All these things are totally valid ways to start with the intention. There's no wrong word, so you can't do it wrong, so it's impossible, so no worries there. Oh, thank you, Luke. It's right. That's what we're talking about, are ways to reboot your whole nervous system. So we can do that through breaths, or sure, we can also do it through an app. All right. So now I'm asking you if you are ready to, that you have an intention. I'll be making some of those intention bracelets here. If you go ahead and raise your hand in the chat, and we can hop on your camera if you can, and let's chat a bit, see where you're at. All right, Kumi, let's do it. Come on in. When you're ready, just turn on your cameras and you can raise your hand. So Cole and Gabriel, I'll ask you when you're ready. Otherwise, until you raise your hand, I won't call it to check in on you until you're ready. Thoughts? Anybody else? All right, Satya, hey, what's going on?
Hi.
Hi, welcome. Dora?
Oh, this is my cat, Dora.
My
Yeah.
he's squishy nuggets. Oh, beautiful. Dora. All right, Kumi. So welcome. What do you got for us? Have you set on an intention today?
Yeah. I picked the words dream freely
And what is that?
because I just don't want to I don't know. I'm about to start college and my adult life, and I don't want to ever feel limited because I have in the past, and I don't want to feel like that again. So just to be free, I guess.
Yeah. How do you practice that?
I don't know, just by living my life to the fullest, I guess, and to try and see, and not to try and see the positives in every single situation, just to try and see things that make me feel fulfilled, I guess. Yeah.
And what is it that makes you feel fulfilled? Like what kind of things are you drawing near you to do that?
I don't know, just things that I don't even know if this makes sense, but just things that make me feel complete, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes plenty of sense. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing, Kumi. So I'm going to put your word up here. We're going to take a look at them all and just a little bit. So we've got humility and worthy and sustainability, open-minded, mediocrity, happy, and now dream freely. So I'm going to go ahead and make it for you, Kumi.
Oh, are there little characters?
There is.
Hearts and stars and stuff?
There's a heart, and that's it.
Can I have a heart, please?
Yeah, absolutely, you can. So for those of you that are still watching, I'm going to make Kumi's now. But if you haven't had a chance to share your intention, then go ahead and grab your piece of paper, if you have one nearby, and you're going to draw your intention bracelet. So I'll make this, I'm going to ask Kumi what she wants to see. But for you, if you have not, you're just going to draw your little donut. This is my sensational art donut. Don't judge me. That's what we got. It can be more beautiful or less beautiful than this, whatever it is. Just draw whatever you like. And then let's see. I already made happy earlier. So the letters, don't forget to keep breathing while you do this. In case you notice you started holding your breath, you can breathe again. And then you might look something like this, yeah? It also can go on the top, and we also have a heart. So however you want to do it, and whether you want to make acronyms or just use the letters. Lastly, if you have a number you desire to express for any reason, we can do that, but with Roman numerals. So you'd have to Roman numeral it and know that Roman numerals sometimes take some space. So it still needs to be 15 characters, including spaces or less. So if you're still I've got a lot to say, see if you can distill it just a little bit more into a one word or maybe two. So Kumi, how would you like your bracelet to look?
I was thinking just dream freely.
All right,
The
yeah.
hearts.
On the sides?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that's enough, if that's too many characters.
I don't think so. It's 13 with the hearts on there. It's gonna be the full guy, but that's
okay. Perfect.
bracelet. And then I want to make sure that we have, oh, that's the what's come, what come wrong website. I want to make sure that you have the site so that you can fill this out, this jot form. I'm dropping it in the chat, and fill that jot form so that I can send your bracelet to you. So even if I've made your bracelet, like I'm making yours now, Kunmi, make sure to fill out that jot form I just put in the chat so that I can send it to you. Yeah? Because again, can't send it to you with only my mind. Like I'm very good, you know, like it's stuff, but like not that good, not at all. So make sure that that's there. All right. So dream freely. I'm gonna start DREAM FREELY. We're gonna start with freely because it's an even numbered lettered word. Even letters, okay, we understand what I'm saying. So we're gonna start with freely because it's 6 letters. And I'll start that here. Then we're gonna do a loving kindness exercise, and we're gonna check in and see where y'all are at. We'll make some more bracelets and hopefully get to hear from you on what you've chosen to express today. So I'll put this F right in here. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and turn on your camera if you'd like. I know it's a long day. You're like, just my hair is not ready for this. Well, I don't care. Happy to see your sweet face. So whenever you'd like to do that, please do. And we can do it through audio. So if you really don't want to be turning on your camera today, you can totally turn on your audio and we can just chat that way if you feel more comfortable. Yeah. All right. FRE. E. L. Or the construction. Olivia would probably miss you in school. Who's going into construction? No.
Gabriel's going into construction.
Oh, I think they're going to appreciate your creativity, Gabriel.
Yeah.
Freely. All right. And then as I make the second word, I'm going to see if we can see that better. I'm going to start in the center of the word. I'll flip this around so I can work on the top. And I'll start with our D-R-E-A-M. I'm gonna start it with our E, and then I'll build from the center of the word. And that's how I'll work on anything that is over both sides of the bracelet here. E, A, and M. And lastly, what we're also going to kind of talk about today, which I'd love to get your input on, is what do you do? Because we've talked a little bit about self-care, yeah, and how that means different things for each person. So I'm curious about what that is for you, and we'll open that up in discussion in a second. Gabriel says play music. Nice.
I was
I
talking about
started-
with the watermelon. It's kind of fun. I don't know.
I
Thank-
promise my cat's not mad. This is just her face.
Isn't that Kumbi's cat also?
We're not related.
Oh yeah, you're not. I'm sorry. You guys don't even know each other.
Same cat.
No, they don't know each other.
All right. So let's go ahead and make this. And then I'll put the hearts on each side as requested. All right, Kunmi. So it's going to turn out like this. You can see that there.
So cute.
That'll be for you. I'll put that aside. And we'll make sure that you fill out that job form. I'll keep dropping in the chat.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for sharing, Kunmi. Thoughts? Sate, would you like to share? You ready? Still designing. Yeah, you're okay. Take your time. Take a second. You're still checking. All right. So while you think on that, we're gonna do another exercise to talk about loving kindness. So I have a story for y'all about plants. Roll with me here. There was, yeah, Olivia's like, okay, well, we did the rock thing, so we'll go with you.
No, we love plants. We
Yeah.
love plants. I
Okay.
named my plant.
Great, me too. So there's a story about plants, and what I'm going to get to, what we're going to talk about for the rest of this, and the intention of this is about creating a sense of space and fullness in your own body and mind, and ways to fill your own cup, right? Because there's, especially with a lot of the dialogue today, what I was hearing some of was like, this is a lot. This is a lot. And what do you do when you feel like you're engaging with a lot? And that can change throughout time, but you're always going to need those skills to deal with hard stress and challenge. And one of those ways is to fill your own cups. If you can't get if the phone, someone doesn't pick up on the other end of the phone, or it's just been a hard day, or there's a moment where you just take a pause, there's a space there to be able to fill your own cup. So there's these plants, right? Okay, they're the scientists in the 70s, and they were like, let's do this experiment. Let's experiment on the plants. And everyone's like, yeah, good idea. Is it okay? What about what if we talk to the plants? Do you think that they're listening? This is a real study that was done, and which is why you might hear people say that you can play music to your plants. Have y'all ever heard that? Play music to your plants, they like it? Yeah? Yeah, we got a lot of yeses. Yeah. So this is where that comes from. And they were talking to the plants. And so everyone's like, let's fund this experiment and do it every day. Great. Great. So they would go and they would get little white lab coats, and they had 3 groups of plants. One group of plants they spoke unkindly to. One group of plants they spoke to not at all. That's the control. And then another group of plants they spoke very nicely to. And they would go and they would say, like, I don't even know what they would say. I'm making this up all. I'd be like, so plant, you look like you've had a rough night. I've seen you look better, as well as be more interesting, because I'm bored by your face, or whatever they said. I don't know. They had to talk to the plants every day. Can you imagine just making up mean things to say to a plant? They don't talk to the middle plants, and the other plants are like, hey, like, you're just so you know, like, I think you're so funny and really enjoy your company, and you're my favorite plant. Your root system is like, wow, I've never seen such a thing before. It's incredible. You're doing a great job being you, or whatever. Then they go and they measure, right? They measure the plants, and so that's what scientists do, right? They measure the plants they spoke unkindly to, and the plants are like, they're like a little short. They're like alive, right? But they're like not thriving, just and they go to the control plants. The control plants are literally taller. They say, oh, that's fascinating. And then you go to the plants they spoke to kindly, and the plants are like, ah! Like, we're the best plant, like just so exciting, and like taller than all the other plants. That's really cool if you think about it. It's super cool. So you take what that means a little bit further, and since we're talking about our own organism, right? And in a lot of ways, I'm gonna take a leap here. We're just like fancy plants, right? I mean, like in a way, like we're just kind of fancy plants. We got like really fancy brains, very, very fancy. And spiritually, maybe some other things going on here, depending on how you see that. But when it comes to cellularly, like we're fancy plants. We respond to all of the same things. And so kindness, loving kindness, we too also respond to cellularly, right? And so I know you know what it feels like when someone offers you loving kindness. I know you know what that feels like. It's so powerful. It can change your whole day, and it can change your whole life, right? Someone really offers you loving kindness. And I know you know what it feels like to offer loving kindness to another being, right? There's a real palpable connection there. So in that, there is a circuit that sometimes we don't always connect with, and that's offering loving kindness to our own organism, our own mind, and our own body, the whole thing, right? And you can offer that right back into your own body, your own organism, and allow that to fill your cup. Give a little gratitude to this whole like flesh pocket that's keeping you alive and doing this kind of amazing job. I mean, it's true. We're just like throwing it around sometimes and not really giving the love to it that we could. So what we'll practice is just giving it a little love, and we'll practice giving the whole mind, body some kindness as well. So obviously I was already experimenting with music for the plants, which I'm so happy. If you think about it, music for you, like how's the music moving you? It connects with you in a certain way, and cellularly you respond. So that's kind of an interesting thing. Let's try this and see how it goes. All right. First, you're going to take your hands and put them together. There we go. And you're going to gather a little bit of heat, just a little. Keep going until you feel like, oh, this is very warm. That's what I'm talking about. All right. And then you're gonna place that palm or your right hand on your heart. Left hand goes right on your belly, right below your belly button. And take a breath here. Just inhale and exhale. And just wait till you can feel the warmth of your own palms. And then allow your eyelids to float closed, and see if you can gently press the palms just ever so slightly into the body, as if you were giving yourself the whole organism like a gentle hug. Just filling the palms with love and with the intention of a warm hug to the whole organism that is your body and your mind. And sometimes the body immediately is like, are we hugging? Like, yeah, that's so nice. We could hug all day. Like, I would hug you like all day. Like, let's hug again. Like, you can feel the body respond. I mean, that could just be me now, but it could be you. And then either keeping that gentle pressure there or softening the hold ever so lightly. So it's just the palms touching the top of the clothes. So you can still feel the heat of your own hands. Where it'll take 7 breaths, and we're just going to, the intention will be to meditate on loving kindness. I'm going to breathe in love and kindness and breathe out love and kindness to the whole organism, to the mind that works so hard, tirelessly synthesizing everything that's ever been said or done to you, everything you've ever thought or said or done. It's working so hard for you. So we're just going to send the whole you some love. Let's try it. Here we go. We'll inhale through the nose and exhale. And inhale loving kindness. Exhale loving kindness. And inhale love. And exhale love. Inhale kindness. Exhale kindness. Inhale loving kindness. And exhale loving kindness. Last breath, inhale love. And exhale kindness. And come back to your natural breath. And just notice any shifts in the sensations of the body. And notice maybe the quality of the mind. Maybe where your thoughts are for a moment. And bring both palms down into your lap. Take another deep breath. And when you're ready, allow the eyelids to begin to float open. Nice job, Will. Just a brief one to take a moment and offer yourself a little love. So you know days when maybe you feel like you deserve some or you need some. That's just a way to offer it right back to you. And if you think like, oh, you know what, Jess, like I was already nice to something today. I was like nice on the phone when I talked to my mom. I'm done. I'm just done with this. That's cool. I get it. Sometimes you feel like you're done, but there's a well of love inside of you and it will not go dry. And so there's a way here offered to you to just bring that spring alive and allow yourself to get love this way. Gabriel, I know that that's not true. I already know. All right, so let's talk a little more intention. Let's see if we can get some of these bracelets. And I know we've got some people here who I can't see yet. So if you're ready or if you'd like to talk intention real quick, just go ahead and raise your hand and we can make sure that you come in. Yeah, hey Satya, what's up? Come on in, let's get Satya up here. And if there's anybody else, Rai, Tanya, you ready to go? Or Andrew or Amy, let me know. You can go ahead, you can raise your hand actually in the Zoom with your reactions and we'll bring you on here, okay? Cool, right. All right, Satya, hi, welcome.
Hi. So I filled out the form for mine, but then I immediately regretted what I wrote and thought of something better.
Okay, great.
Is that okay? Can I like undo that somehow?
Totally can. Just fill out the second one and say, forget the first one. This is my real word, and I'll know. You can write it in the notes. Yeah.
All right. I have a few words, but it's under 15 characters with spaces.
Okay. What do you got?
I'd like mine to say value my name. That sounds weird, but I've had we were talking about this in the breakout room I was in. And
yeah.
I just realized my name is a big part of who I am. And as someone who has I'm half Indian, my name is Indian. I often just either let people mispronounce it and don't correct them or tell them it's okay, or I've been going by a nickname recently that's a lot easier just because I don't want to take the time to teach it. And so I realize it's actually making me really sad to do that. So I want to remind myself to take the time and value that I have a name that I love and take the time to teach it to people and not have people in my life who won't give me the respect of learning my name. That's if they can pronounce it, if they have a speech impediment, obviously that's different.
Yeah, that's different. Oh, that's beautiful. And what does that mean for you to connect with your name in that way, to give it value? What's that mean for you?
I love that my mom gave me a name that she had loved since she was little, and a name that is connected to being Indian, which isn't a huge part of my identity because I was born in America, and also my mom is from Guyana, even though she's Indian. So it's like this whole web of stuff, but I like having that sort of connection to my grandma and to my aunts and to her side of the family. It's a special name, and I really love it. I love that it means truth. And it's just, I want to stop telling people to call me other things because it's easier. And I realized that in the breakout room.
Yeah. Wow, it's so powerful. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Satya. Thank you. Am I saying it correctly?
Can you say it again, please?
Satya?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I can't really tell over Zoom.
Okay, great. As long as it passes for you, that works for me. So I want to make sure I put this up as well. Whoa. This plant. I'll put that up for you, and let's go ahead and build that. And then I'd love to hear, you've got some love coming at you in the chat as well. So you want to just make sure you get to see that. And I'd like to, we've got Altinye, maybe you can help me with how to say your name, could you? Would you mind coming up and sharing what your intention is as well?
Hi, I'm Alternate.
Hi, Altinye, welcome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for Satya for sharing like her insights, because like I was the one who hosted the breakout room, and it means a lot to me. Like if I can have like, you know, anyone to realize like who they are and like, you know, and respect their name, which I'm fighting for. Like, you know, I moved here like 4 years ago, so like that's what I do every day when I meet people. So first, like I have a couple of words. So like the first word was humanity, but then I decided to say like just dream big, because like I was sharing in one of like during the breakout session, I was sharing like I've been told by people like you can do this, you can do like, you know, certain things like in US just because of my accent. And I was like I was so mad at people, like why would you tell me like what I can and what I cannot. So but there's also like the way how the other people see you, it also shapes your identity also, and like in some cases it makes you doubt in yourself. So I would like to remind myself that like no matter what people say, like no matter what obstacles you have, but you always like should dream big, and like you have to like believe in yourself and like be your like advocate for yourself.
Believe in yourself and advocate for yourself. And how do you practice dreaming big? What does that mean for you? I know we had someone else came up who said dream freely, you know, a different kind of way to say, encapsulate a little bit of I think what you're saying too. So how do you practice that, like expanding your mind in that way? What is that like for you?
Well, like, you know, when you're an immigrant, like you have to like kind of like forget who you were like in a different country and like build up your life from the scratch like in the US, and like you have to like realize who you are, like what your strengths are, like your identity, and then like in the next step is like realizing what you can do, how you can help, how you can be helpful in the community, and like what you can do. So like I guess like a couple of years ago I felt like, oh, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, like I'm not sure like what, like, you know, like what's my place in the US, and like so I'm not sure like who I am, like, you know, given this like new community. And like so I guess like now I became like more mindful, so like I did like lots of self-reflections, and like I asked myself like so many like important questions, and I found my mission. And so like I feel like I'm taking like small steps towards the big mission, which is like in the philosophy, which is like, you know, helps me thrive. So I guess like it's a good question how to like how do I practice. So like I ask those like really meaningful questions to myself. So like how do I want to be remembered, or like, you know, what I can do to change, like, you know, help people like to change their lives, or like how can I like act and be respectful to others, and like how can I share, like, you know, the kindness and love you were saying.
Yeah, what I hear with that is a lot of practicing self-reflection, that you're and just sort of to understand your own, you know, your own mind of what it is, of where you fit and what you want. So thank you so much, Anthony, for sharing with us. I appreciate you so. So I'm going to go ahead and make dream big because it's shorter. Satya, not because I do not love what you have said. So make sure that you can go ahead and let me know in the chat form that that's the one that you want me to send. And I will again put the chat form in the chat. Just gorgeous. So I appreciate you all standing up in your truth and sharing that today. There's so much power, I think, in being able to do that. And there's a lot of power in being able to witness it as well. So being able to hear and witness where you are today is just as beautiful as you being able to stand up and share it. So on both sides, I appreciate you in that. So thank you for sharing. Let's go ahead and make this intention bracelet for Altine, and then we'll check in and we'll do a brief Zoom fatigue exercise. I don't know if yeah, Gabriel gets excited. This isn't just for Gabriel, but you know, everybody loves the hammer time. We'll do a brief Zoom fatigue exercise to talk about Zoom fatigue and move it out of your body. And then we'll do a brief visualization to close, which again is about wholeness and wellness within this microcosm of your own experience, all in efforts so that you can be how you want to be. So Satya, what do you got?
I'm really sorry. I don't know how to, like, where to put that. Like, there's no place on the form where I can put like, oops, I made a mistake. Should I just put it in the like organization line? Because that's the only one that
I think you can put it in the notes or comments at the very bottom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you.
No problem. No problem. Okay, and so we'll do a brief Zoom fatigue, and then I'm going to ask y'all, whomever is ready to share, please do. And if you don't want to today, that's also all right. Make sure you fill out that job form anyway, so that whatever you set as your intention, I'll be able to send to you as a bracelet. All right, so I'll start with here. I think I got a little double letter, so I'm going to try one more time. And then we're just going to take a look at all of the intentions set for the day so far, just to see how dynamic and really beautifully diverse all of your intents are in your way of life. So I started this a while ago because I believe intentions are alchemic, and that they can infuse a regular, how you drink water or your relationship with a certain person with a totally different quality depending on your intention. And it's something that deserves time and space to create and connect with, because intentions don't just they don't just bubble up and I mean they just kind of happen to you. Not so much. Usually it's a real choice. So, and that's part of this, is to make space for you to connect with what is important to you right now. All right, DRE A M I'm gonna go start with the I on our dream big in order to, let's see if we can down a little bit, but no. we're gonna take her it is. I'll put the eye here. And I know we've got some more student leaders who haven't gotten a chance to share yet. So I'd love to hear from you on our next round. And B. Right. So alternate's gonna look like this.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll put that aside for you. And be sure to fill out that form so I can make sure it gets to you.
Yeah,
Amy,
I did. Thank you so much.
you're so welcome. And Amy just wrote in the chat that they have to go. No problem, Amy. Make sure to fill out your jot form so you can get your intention bracelet as well. Yeah. All right. Zoom fatigue. Are you ready? Okay. So this one's super simple. Again, everything that we're working on today, everything takes about a minute to a minute and a half. So when you're like, Jess, because you're talking to me in your head, right? You're not, I know. But you're like, Jess, I don't have time for this right now. Like, everybody's talking about self-care and I just can't, I just don't have time. Like it's just too much. I just can't. Well, don't worry. Everything we do takes about a minute. So whether you've got a minute in the car or a minute on the street, you can stand and breathe 5 breaths in and out and help calm your nervous system, help open your own mind. Each thing that we practice is just another way in for you. So if one of them is like, oh yeah, I like that. That kind of is like really chill for me. Great. That's your new exercise. It's yours. And you can use it whenever, however, and as often as you like. It's up to you. So let's try a little Zoom fatigue. Here's another one. We're going to go ahead and inhale and bring your shoulders up high. Cole's already ready. Cole's like, let's stretch. Okay, let's do it. Reach your arms up. He's like, I just need this. You don't need to breathe. Take your arms up. Just go ahead and move that rib cage a little bit. Oh yeah, it's been a long day. And then we're gonna do a little twist. So you're just gonna bring one palm to the outside of your thigh and twist around. Y'all have done some yoga. I see you. You're like, yeah, we do some twisting. So take a breath here. Inhale to find length in the spine and exhale to find a little twist. All right. And then when you're ready, other side, you're gonna bring that arm up and around to the other side of the outer thigh and find your way in a twist behind. You can hold on to a wall or your own hip if that helps. Inhale to lengthen, find length in that spine, and exhale, go ahead and twist it out. All right, nice. And then we're gonna inhale and squinch your shoulders up to your ears. This seems counterproductive, but it's not. Really squinch them up. And then exhale, expel the breath, drop the shoulders. Yeah, let's try that again. 2 more times. Inhale, squinch them up. Really pull those shoulders up high, and then exhale, expel the breath, drop the shoulders. That's nice. 1 more time. Inhale, squinch them up all the way to your shoulders. And exhale, expel the breath, drop the shoulders. All right, nice. So that's going to help practice us. That's going to help remind us to drop the shoulders when we practice this exercise. Go ahead and find a little bit of warmth in those hands once more. And just watch me for a moment and then we'll practice it together. So you're going to bring your palms up in front of your face and you're going to bring the bottom of your, the bony part of your hand onto your cheekbone. And if you have some rich cheeks like me, this kind of might happen. So don't worry about that. Just make it so it feels nice and soft, like right in the center of the apple of the cheekbone. Should feel no pressure on the eye whatsoever. Then the fingertips gently come onto the forehead. Thumb gently rests on the temple. You're going to do that with both hands. And I'm just going to show you here real quick if you'll watch. Once you're here, your eyes will be closed. You're gently going to allow the chin to drop down towards the chest and allow the hands to receive some of the weight of the head. And then we'll breathe there. There should be no pressure around the eye. Gabriel, you got this, except for bring the bony part of your bottom of your palm onto your cheekbone. 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 There we go. There we go. There it is. Okay. So that's where you're going to land and you're going to breathe here. right? So that's it. Bring your palms, go ahead and bring your palms up. Both the bony parts of your palms onto the cheekbones. Allow the eyes to fall closed. Fingertips gently touch the forehead and thumbs gently touch the temples. And then allow the chin to drop down and allow the hands to receive some of the weight of the head. If you feel like your cheeks are squishing your eyes at all, go ahead and just move them gently to a place that feels comfortable so there's no pressure on the eye. And then drop the shoulders just in case they're creeping up towards the ears. So go ahead and drop them down. And we're going to breathe here. We'll take 7 deep breaths. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Let's try it. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, release the back of the neck. And inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale, let go of the muscles around the face. Inhale. Exhale, let go of the back of the neck. Let go of the shoulders. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let go of the muscles around the mouth. Let go of the muscles around the eyes. Inhale. And exhale, let go of the back of the neck once more. 3 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Let go of the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, let go of the mask of the face, all the tiny muscles of the face. Last breath. Inhale deeply. And exhale, let go of the back of the neck. Coming back to your natural breath, allow the eyelids to stay closed. Gently lift the chin up as if you were to lift your gaze to center, and keeping the eyes closed, remove the hands and bring your palms into your lap. Take 2 breaths here as you allow the eyes to adjust to the light. Inhaling and exhaling. And inhaling and exhaling. And just notice any shifts in the body, any sensations in the body. And lastly, maybe notice the quality of the mind. And when you're ready, allow the eyelids to begin to float open. Nice. So that's just another way to allow this whole area to relax. There's so much going on here. So when you're on a screen and you're on one screen and another screen and then like another screen and then like 100 other screens, I really encourage this whole area to be soft and dark. Can let some of that stress go. All right. Olivia says, that's how I cry over classes. It's very calming. Yeah. Take time to do what you need. There's no judgment in any of that here. Awesome. So last, I'm going to open it up once more for anyone else who has a chance to share, and then we'll close with reconnecting to the intention that you've set, and we'll close there, and we'll close with a brief visualization about, we'll just visualize light and about wholeness. So anybody else that has raised their hands? I see you ready, Cole. I'm ready for you. Just a quick gauge. Does anybody else want to share? Gabriel, I know we haven't heard from you or a few of our other student life people. Now would be the time, so let me know. And I'm happy to bring you on in. All right, Cole, let's do it.
Hello. I wrote down a lot of words
Yes.
throughout this thing, but I feel that it just really all comes down to balance. Because once you're balanced, you can also be grounded within yourself. So those two words can kind of combine themselves together, and just finding the balance between life itself, or if you have a job, your balanced diet, if you so desire, sleep, a balanced sleep routine or balanced routine in life, or just where you put your energy into. If you're putting it into one specific thing 100% of the time, it's not balanced. So it's evenly spread energy to different areas of your life, relationships, passions.
Just about everything life touches. Yeah. So how do you practice that, or how do you plan to practice that? What does that look like for you?
More sleep schedules, because summer affects my sleep. So making sure, like setting not an alarm to like get up, but there's like that reminder on your phone of like, get ready for bed, or limit my screen time, go outside, the balance of like mental health too, as you go into summer. Or balancing the thoughts, because like once I leave work, I never really stop thinking about work. So it's like when I'm home, you don't need to be thinking about work or anything else, Cole. Like you don't need to be productive on your days off. You like don't feel obligated that you need to be doing something, because it's like my mind is always going. So it's just like ground myself in that balance.
Yeah, beautiful. And that just doesn't end, does it? There's always a balance to achieve. And if there's anything in the life or something else moves away, then then you might be like, new balance.
Luke, I do have on the iPhone that bedtime and wake up stuff. I have that little setup. So
Nice. Yeah. I have a flux thing on my phone that turns everything pink, so I don't have the blue light in after a certain hour. Just not quite as stimulating. And then there's even another thing my phone does for me where it turns it all black and white and mutes the sound, which is basically saying you're going to bed now. I don't care what you've done. It's helpful.
Of your screen, right?
I
can be adjusted.
Yeah, it's useful. Often I'll be like, no, I'm not ready. Like I want to finish reading this article, or I'm going to watch another TikTok. Thank you very much. But it's a helpful reminder, because otherwise the time will shift and it's hard for me to stay on that schedule. But thank you so much for sharing, Cole, about your balance. So I put here as well, and we'll talk about all of those together at once, just to kind of reiterate all of the things that are part of our different and yet connected paths. So thank you so much for sharing, Cole. Gabriel, what do you got?
Okay.
I'm excited.
I was in between two words. Couldn't quite pick one.
Okay.
But my word is gonna be winner.
Okay.
More like your word should be humble.
No,
Yeah.
winner,
Get
winner,
out.
winner.
No, who won on Wednesday? This chica, not you. You lost. My point
Winner.
crushed you.
Winner.
Don't do that. That is not that's not a great intention.
Olivia and
It's
Gabriel,
my intention.
You know, Gabriel?
y'all need a breakout room to maybe let some of this tension find a way.
Conceded. How about that? How about that?
I appreciate chemistry, and I think we need more space to investigate what that is.
You know what? Can I change my word? Can I change mine?
No, you cannot change your word. Your word is done. Your word is done. I already made it.
I'll send it in a new form. No, I won't. That's
Let's
time
hear,
out of your schedule.
let's hear from Gabriel and see what he's got. What do you got, Gabriel?
I mean, for winner, I'm just stop. Not that emoji. It scares me. I think Cole wants to be taking out the spotlight for whoever has control of that. Oh, they put him back on and took him off. But okay. Okay, there it goes. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
why did you choose winner today? What is that for you?
I mean, first of all, I win all the time. Every time I never lose. Second off, I'm just a big fan of competition. I think competition makes everything better. And because I'm spiteful, yes. And I think bitter as well. But honestly, at the heart of it, I think that I'm very conceited and but I think competition is really something that drives me a lot. That's why I was thinking about competitor or something. Self-absorbed is another one I was kind of thinking of.
Olivia,
But-
we're gonna mute you. We're gonna have to mute you. Go ahead, Gabriel.
But I think competition makes everything better. I mean, it makes me want to be better. It makes the whole thing more fun. So it's very important to me, I think. So it has meaning, but it's kind of funny as well. So there's multiple meanings to it.
Where is it you feel competition? Or where do you
Everything, literally everything.
Yeah, okay. Um, and how, or like, where does it really motivate you? Where do you feel like that lifts you?
I have to win. I don't know. I have to win so that I can be a better version of myself, I guess. At the core of it. And it's fun. If I lose, then I just say I won. That's what happens every time. And then after that point though, then you have to actually win to back up you saying that you win. So,
Winner at heart.
sure. Yeah, sure.
I tried and I have won on the inside. Yeah. Well, thank you, Gabriel. Thank you for oh yeah, Angela asks, how can you tell if you've won?
That's, you can describe it by your own words and that's how you win every time. That's what I'm saying. I'm never a loser because maybe I was just the best at being second place, maybe the best at being last place. I never lose.
That's some
Easy.
seriously positive self-talk, and I probably could take a page out of that book. Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you for sharing. Let's hear from Angela, and I'm going to make your bracelet, Nicole, because it's you're for the first to share. So I'll just make that in a moment. But let's check in on Angela. Angela, what do you got?
It's okay. I can let a student go. I'm faculty here, so I can have a student go.
I'd love to hear what you got after this whole.
I don't want to be on the spotlight. Embarrassing.
What did you choose today?
There's so many great messages throughout the day, but really the bottom line just coming back to me is just like, it's so basic, but just like kindness and love and compassion. So many of these big issues, it's just like, let's just be kind to each other. Let's just be nice. Let's just be kind. It just seems so sad how much time and energy and everything just gets like spent on just such hatefulness, such hostility. It's like, let's just treat each other with kindness, even if we don't always understand everything about each other, even if there's some differences, just from a basic line of just kindness.
And how do you practice that for you? Like, how do you bring kindness into what you're experiencing?
I mean, I really try to in all different, aspects of my life, with my kids, trying to be a kind, mom, even though I'm definitely not perfect, have my impatient moments, but still like trying, you know, with my students, trying to be kind and understanding, even like with the curriculum that I choose, you know, just trying to be kind and be thoughtful. You know, I'm really been spending time analyzing my classes from an anti-racist lens, you know, so looking at my syllabi, looking at my classes, doing what I can to help in the community, help my friends, just wherever I feel like there's a need, you know, especially trying to use the privilege that I have, you know, to speak up when, you know, whenever I see I'm able to, or just able to help if I see somebody needing food or needing a ride or needing somebody to talk to, or just, you know, a lot of different ways, just trying to be there for people.
That's beautiful. It's a real powerful lens to bring your daily experience. Thank you so much for sharing, Angela.
Thank you.
All right, so we've got winner and kindness up here.
I was a nice balance after Gabriel, right? Yeah, it was like a little bit, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what's going on with this, right? We're navigating this experience.
You can be kind and a winner, right, Gabriel? Kind and a winner. Yeah. It's okay. I'm competitive too. I get it. I get it too, right?
Satya, you're on your way out. No worries. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here, and thank you for thank you, Satya. All right.
Thank you.
Welcome. You're welcome. So I'm going to make this for Cole. Briefly, we're going to make balance. Do you want it along the top? I see you. Okay, along the top. And do you want any hearts? Because that's all we got. No, forget it. The word has its own power. We're going to start there. It's here. And then we'll, if anyone else wants to share, please just raise your hand. I'll bring you on in. Otherwise, we'll close out with a brief visualization to close on our intention, reconnecting with that, and a couple of deep breaths. I know it's been a very, very long day. Thank you all for staying present and for showing up here. It's been an awesome journey to share with all of you, and I so appreciate leadership for making this happen and for bringing such really awesome panelists all together. It was a really honor for me to be present with that today as well. So thank you. All right, let's go ahead and bring in balance along the top. And when, as this is a handcraft, there's room for all sorts of stuff. I have only once actually smashed my own finger because I stopped breathing and I started thinking about something else. And wouldn't you know, that doesn't work when you're working with a hammer. So it is a real practice what I preach when it comes to being present and breathing, even when it went all the way to this craft. BL A. And of course, if anyone has any questions for me, I'm welcome. It's open. If you'd like to ask anything there, I'm happy to share before we close. And Kumbi says, thank you for grounding. You are so welcome. I hope that any of these tools that pique any interest or feel nice at all for you and your experience, that you can keep them. Write them down, like take them with you. They're yours. Simple stuff for you to navigate you, right? So take what you like and use at will. Balance. C and E. So it's going to look like this. We'll have that at the top for you. So I'll put that aside, Cole. That'll be yours. Oh, Angela, Kumbi asks, Kumbi, what's your word? do you mind taking a moment to share with us what you've chosen today? Just calling you out, I know. Thoughts?
Yeah, I'm like forgot how to. I've been so behind the scenes that I forgot how to like actually like unmute myself. I guess I could like spotlight myself. How do
Yeah,
I?
I think I can do it for you.
Okay. It's so interesting because I've been doing it for everybody else, but can't do it myself. And I've been thinking about a lot of words that have come to mind, especially like through everything that I've been listening to that everybody has been saying. And some of the words that have come to my mind is worthy, um, enough, like you're enough, persevere, hope, and love. So I haven't quite chosen yet. I still have my phone open, but I'm kind of like Cole, where I'm like, those are just all my words, just based on
You know that's 5 words.
yeah, right. Indecision central right here. I'm gonna be sitting here a month from now, like, what's my word?
One for today. With no pressure, just one that you, I mean, obviously they all resonate with you. So if you had to choose one that you wanna stick with and maybe meditate on a little bit longer for, on your wrist or somewhere where you can see it. What
Yeah,
did you
I'm excited for Kumbi. Luke is asking. Just asking for a friend. I think I'm gonna choose hope just because like this conference has just made me so hopeful. And I think that even everything, I can I can I can encompass everything into all the words that I'm thinking of into the idea of hope, like hope to persevere, like through any situations and hard times and challenges, and like hope to like tell myself and others that I am enough and you're enough, um, and you know um, like hope to just continue um, knowing that I'm worthy and that of like love and of happiness and um yeah, so I don't know, I think that my word is going to be hope. So yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing, Kumi. Thank you.
um,
Hope it will be. Let's go ahead and put that on the wall as well. So we've got a couple of things here today. I'm going to share them with you real quick, and then we're going to breathe and visualize a little bit of some light and think about nothing. And we're going to clear a little bit more space and reconnect with your intention. And that's what we'll do to close. So I know this isn't very like tech savvy of me. I'm just straight up going to be like, look. So that's what we're going to do. So these are some of the things that have happened today for all of you and what you've chosen. Oh, let's see. There we go. Here we go. That's it, Jess. This is some of what we have today. So we've got humility, worthy, sustainability, open-minded, mediocrity, happy, dream freely, value satya, dream big, balance, winner, kindness, and hope. And there are many, many more, but I just wanted you to be able to see them written, to know that it brings me a lot of hope to see so many self-reflective moments and truths brought to this table and brought to this space. It's really beautiful, and I appreciate you. And I even appreciate your jokes, Gabriel. I do. So thank you for that. Let's try one last go. We'll reconnect to our intent and close out for the day. So go ahead and find your way to a comfortable seat and take a deep breath. Inhale. Full breath all the way from the bottom lobes of the lungs, the center of the lungs, the top of the chest, and then exhale from the top of the chest, the middle of the chest, and then the bottom lobes of the lungs. Try that again. Inhaling. See if you can feel the belly fill, the center of the lungs, then all the way to the top of the chest, into the back, the top of the back. There's your lungs are up back there as well. And then exhale, allow the top, the center, and bottom to let go. One more time, inhaling from the lower, middle, and top, all the way into the top of the back. And exhale from the top, the center, and the belly. And then go ahead and let your eyelids fall closed. And take another breath here. Notice if the shoulders have kind of creeped up. Notice if the breath has gotten more shallow as soon as you close the eyes. So for visualization, in case you all haven't tried one before, it's just a way to integrate your imagination to your experience. And we're just going to visualize some light, and we'll come back at the end to experience that filling of our own cup that I talked about earlier. So taking a breath here. I'd like you to imagine a blue glowing orb above your head. It's blue and glowy and bioluminescent and calming. And it shines blue, cool light all over your body. And that blue, cool, bioluminescent shining light fills the head and neck, the tops of the shoulders, down the upper arms, into the elbows. And that blue, cool, calming light shines its way down through the forearms, the wrists, the palms, and the fingertips. And that blue, cool light floods its way through the chest, into the belly, the hips, the thigh bones, shining through the knees, the calves, the ankles, the heels of the feet, out the toes. And just take 2 breaths here, bathing in that cool, calming blue light, inhaling and exhaling. And inhaling and exhale. I'll allow the image of that blue light and that blue shining light to fade away as you notice a bright, white, shining light emanating right from your heart. And that bright, white, shining light is going to begin to grow, and gently it's going to begin to warm up the chest as that bright, white light shines all the way to the outer edges of the chest through the skin. And that warm, bright light shines through the belly, shining down through the hips, the lower back. It shines through the thigh bones and the knees. And that bright, white, warm light shines through the shin bones, through the calves, through the ankles, the heels of the feet, the arches of the feet, all the way out the toes. And that bright, white, warm light shines all the way up through the tops of the shoulders, through the collarbones, out of the upper arms, shining down the arm bones, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, through the palms, and out each finger, shining and warming up the body. And that warm, bright light had started right from the heart, continues to shine up through the throat, through the jaw, through the muscles of the mouth and the nose and ears, up behind the eyes, the forehead, out the top of the head. And take 3 breaths here, just bathed in that shining, white, bright light. Inhaling and exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Inhaling a little deeper. And exhaling a little fuller. And coming back to your natural breath. Allow the image of the light to begin to fade as you come back to the experience of the body in space-time in your chair. Notice the weight of the body and gravity presses down through the skeleton. The skeleton presses back up. And take 2 breaths here, feeling that calm and that openness. And lastly, connect to your intention you've set today. And let that intention fill your heart. Know you are already practicing. You're already inhabiting what you've intended. You're already doing it. And take a moment to thank yourself for showing up today, for showing up in your truth, to being present for a long, big, beautiful day, for doing this for you, for your community. And take a moment gently to thank the people who showed up with you, the panelists, the participants, all of the attendees. Reconnecting with your intent, go ahead and allow the corners of your mouth to lift up into just a little smile. And take a deep breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And when you're ready, allow the eyelids to begin to float open. Awesome. And we'll close there. So thank you all so much for being with me on this today and on this journey. I appreciate you. I appreciate being here very much. And go ahead and make sure you fill out your jot form so you can get your bracelet. And I'm so excited to be here with such incredible students leading change. So thank you so much. I'll hand it back off to you, Olivia. I appreciate you and have a rest of a beautiful, beautiful weekend all. Thanks for sharing with me.
Hi, everybody. I'd just like to apologize about what happened to Gabriel. It's supposed to be funny, but many of you may not know that it's supposed to be funny. So I did take it too far, and I'm sorry. But I just want to say thank you all for coming. We had a great time with you, Jess. You were amazing. And everybody who came to speak, the panelists, JMAs, and everybody who had a workshop. We've learned a lot together. I feel like we've grown. And I would also like to take this time to thank everyone on the ASWCC Social Justice Committee and Student Leadership Executive Board, and the Programming Board. We would also like to thank our Bellingham Public Schools, the Intercultural Center, and everyone who came to speak at today's conference. Finally, our advisors, Heidi, Kumbi, Tanya, and Janice. Without all the contributions made by these wonderful people, we would not have been able to pull this all off. You guys have put in so much time and effort, and it was definitely seen today. It has been a joy to do this, and we hope to see you all at next year's conference. Have a great evening, and go eat, rest, take a power nap, whatever you would like. Thank you for joining. And don't forget to take the survey. It's linked below, right in the chat. Yes, I think so.